Well, Paul, congratulations, a really strong drive. You must be happy.
Very happy. It was quite a long race. We were looking very strong before the safety car came out. We chose to go in the prime tyres, extend it.
We've seen a lot of Formula One drivers come close to winning, but what about those who never quite made it? Check out which 10 fantastic Formula One drivers have never finished on the podium, even though they possess extraordinary potential. In the 7 decades since the F1 Championship's beginning, 108 drivers have claimed at least one Grand Prix victory. Tragic events robbed some talented racers of their opportunity. This top 10 list highlights drivers that make you wonder what could have happened if their circumstances had been slightly different. Number 10. Sir Stirling Moss. Who else then should we begin with? In just 66 races over his career, Moss amassed more victories of 16 total, more than any other driver without a championship. In the Drivers' Championship, he was third 3 times and second 4 times. The closest he ever got to winning the championship was in 1958, when he lost by a single point to Mike Hawthorne. However, it doesn't give the complete picture. Moss is credited with his finest ever victory in the 1961 Monaco Grand Prix, as he defeated 3 stronger Ferrari 156s in his unimpressive Lotus 18. Moss was one of those few drivers who could outperform the machinery. As another member of the Top Gear team would attest, he was also a real gentleman. We're deeply grieved by the news of his passing. R.I.P. Stirling Moss, sir. Number 9. Kevin Magnussen. Magnussen made a quick return to Formula One after a season away from the grid, earning 10 crucial points for Haas in the Bahrain opener. Even though he only picked up 15 more points in the next 21 races, his incredible pole position in Brazil made up for any letdown. The Dane is yet to secure his second podium finish in Formula One, even though he made a spectacular P2 finish for McLaren in 2014. It will be interesting to observe Magnussen's limit if Haas keeps improving at this rate through 2024. Number 8. Alex Albon. Alex Albon has time and talent on his side, having restored his reputation upon his return to Formula One. The Thai British driver has already operated race-winning vehicles, in contrast to other drivers on this list. Midway through his debut season in 2019, Albon received an unexpected assignment to compete for victories against drivers including Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Max Verstappen. For the final 9 championship rounds, Albon was promoted from Toro Rosso, where he had been racing before Pierre Gasly's terrible time at Red Bull. But Albon suffered in Verstappen's shadow, much like Gasly. Red Bull did not have enough in 2020 despite managing 2 podium positions and never really challenging for a Grand Prix victory. Albon rejoined Williams for 2022 after a year out, and he often outperformed his equipment. His outstanding results have prepared him for a critical next step in his career that could ultimately determine whether or not he can succeed in reaching Formula One's upper echelons. Number 7. Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll of Canada has podiums and pole positions to his name in Formula One, but he is now going for a win to put an end to his critics. So, will the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix remain his greatest missed opportunity? It is possible that the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix was his greatest chance to get off this list. From pole position, Stroll established a 10-second lead. However, after his second pit stop, he was caught and dropped down the order. Number 6. Nico Hülkenberg. Despite several outstanding middle drivers, Nico Hülkenberg is also the most seasoned Formula One ace to never finish on the podium without a victory. Although Hülkenberg has never been in possession of a race-winning machine, self-sabotage and bad luck always get in the way of him when a great opportunity presents itself. His self-induced accident when running in the top 6 in Baku in 2017 and his shock pole at the 2010 Brazilian Grand Prix were both major near misses. Disaster came when Hülkenberg was skillfully managing a wild race in slick circumstances, behind just Max Verstappen by a small margin. At turn 17, the German understeered off the course and came to a painful stop in the gravel. Number 5. Pedro de la Rosa. Pedro de la Rosa entered the Formula One scene later than most, joining the Arrows Grand Prix team in 1999 at the age of 28. He participated in 9 seasons of irregular racing before ending his Formula One career in 2012 with the HRT team. Given his journey and contributions, did Rosa significantly influence the evolution of Formula E? In the championship, De La Rosa only managed 1 podium, coming in second for McLaren in Hungary in 2006, 30.8 seconds behind Jenson Button, the winner. Following his time in Formula One, De La Rosa moved to Formula E, where he served as an advisor to the Takita team. Joined the Takita team as an advisor for using his wealth of knowledge to help the company navigate the Young Electric Racing Series. His career in the very competitive world of motorsport is evidence of his drive and adaptability. Number 4. Rubens Barrichello. The story of Rubens Barrichello's Formula One career is one of great successes and close calls. Despite never winning a world championship, he recorded 322 racing starts, 14 pole positions, 11 victories, 68 podium finishes, and 658 points. Though he was frequently disregarded, particularly by Michael Schumacher at Ferrari, Barrichello was instrumental in helping the team win 5 Constructors' Championships. Between 2000 and 2005, he placed second in the Drivers' Championship in 2002 and third in 2001. Later, Barrichello teamed up with Jenson Button at Honda, which later changed its name to Braun GP. Button was the clear winner of the 2009 season, with Barrichello coming in third. Despite having less success in his last 2 years with Williams in 2010 and 2011, his record for the most Formula One starts confirms his status as an integral part of the sport. Number 3. Mark Webber. Surprised? Before joining Williams, Mark Webber made his debut in 2002 with Jaguar and later with Minardi. He had a lot of potential when he joined Red Bull, and in 2010 he came very close to winning the Drivers' Championship. His ambitions were crushed, though, by a poorly executed tire strategy, which left him to watch from 7th place as Vettel won the race and the championship. Following that, he was forced to sit out, with Vettel firmly holding the top spot on the team. In spite of this, he won 3 Drivers' Championship races in 3rd place. 2013 saw him leave Formula One after 215 races, 13 pole positions, 9 victories, and 42 podium finishes. For a number 2 driver, not too awful. Number 2. Adrian Sutil. Even though unrelated incidents may have clouded Adrian Sutil's career, the German's inclusion on this list is not cause for concern. Sutil scored 124 points in 7 seasons beginning in 2007, when he had a strong rookie campaign at Spiker, which convinced Force India to retain him following their rebrand. Sutil persevered through a trying 2008 and contributed to Vijay Mallya's team transformation from unimpressive outsiders to competitive midfield players. His talent was demonstrated in 2009 at Monza with a career-high P4 finish and an incredible front-row qualifying. Force India improved consistently over the 2010 and 2011 seasons. Sutil's career, however, took a turn for the worst following an unprofessional incident in 2011, in which he was accused of using a champagne bottle to attack former Lotus owner Eric Lux in a Shanghai nightclub. Was even fined and given a suspended prison sentence as a result, which kept him out of the 2012 season. After rejoining Force India in 2013, he relocated to Sauber in 2014. However, his F1 career came to an end when he lost his place. Number 1. Paul di Resta. Oscar Piastri was knocked off this list and replaced in the top 10 by former Force India driver Paul di Resta, who triumphed in the 2024 Hungarian Grand Prix. Di Resta, who was already successful in the DTM, tested with McLaren prior to becoming a 3rd driver for Force India in 2010. A year later, he was upgraded to a race seat and was a regular point scorer for Team Silverstone. His best finishes in Formula One were P4 in the 2012 Singapore Grand Prix and the 2013 Bahrain Grand Prix, despite his best efforts to finish on the podium. So guys, which other Formula One drivers, in your opinion, should be honored for their extraordinary careers even though they have never won a race? Tell us in the comments below. For more incredible Formula One stuff, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.